StreamYard says that you are live, Mr. Abundance. And so I want to welcome each and every one of you to this live recording introducing the Abundance Coin. It's the dawn of a new currency. That is where we're at. And Miriam Mbambos. She was here before even I began to put my details. And so I would just like to welcome each and every one of you, especially those of you that were listening to us today on the Observer Radio. Some of you are hearing about cryptocurrency for the first time. I know some of you may have a lot of questions, and it is natural. I mean, when I understood cryptocurrency, it was about in 2016, 17. I'm hearing about cryptocurrency. No one ever took the time to explain anything to me until when I went to Africa. I spent 2 years in Africa, and then I was basically begin to get to find out, what this cryptocurrency is all about. Who are the players, the movers and the shakers in the industry, how it can help us if we really understand fully how it works. And so I know a lot of you have questions, and rightly so. So today, I hope that I will be able to answer a lot of your questions. I am Steve Williams, aka Mr. Abundance. Grew up in Antigua, but I can say I am an international personality. Basically, live across continent. Most of my youth and adult life I spent in Antigua and Barbuda. I have worked at, basically the major hotels here. That's my background in hospitality management. And so I've started from the bottom to the executive level. In 2001, I was already in executive at Carlisle Bay Hotel after spending, several years at Jolly Beach in management. I've also worked at Sandals. And I've also owned businesses here and overseas. I'm just giving a little background because some of you might even know that I entered politics in Antigua, created my own party. And so I am basically giving you a background of who I am, the CEO and founder of the Abundance Community Coin. And the last couple of years I have spent as an executive within the network marketing industry. Actually, that's what took me to Africa. I went there as vice president of operations and global logistics for a US-based company in Dallas, Texas. So here we are with the Abundance Coin. We are legally registered in Antigua and Barbuda, incorporated also in Africa. What we are now doing, we are basically certifying the coin on the public market. And so as I go through the different the program that I have lined up, I'll hope that I'll be able to answer a lot of your questions. But I will go through quickly so that you have the opportunity to ask your question. So you can, if you don't, you can begin to even ask your question now. It would be nice. And you can even say, which village or whatever you're typing from, which country you're typing from, because sometimes I do have my international audience that join these forums from time to time. But this is geared towards basically Antigua today. Sometimes we have our Caribbean link up and we have our global link up because TAC is the acronym for the Abundance Community Coin. And so we have set different days when we do different broadcasts. And, some of them can get a little weighty because these are people who understand cryptocurrency. But for the newbies, we have to be basically going over the baby steps. And no question is a stupid question. All right. For personal development today, because I always speak through the mind. You know, we become what we think, and then we attract who we are. The difference between the haves and the haves not is a matter of decision. It's a matter of decision. And so I think it was Jim Rohn that says that, no, it's Zig Ziglar that says that uh, we are who we are and where we are in life because of what have entered our mind. But we can change who we are. We can change where we go from here by what we now allow into our minds. And so a lot of us were conditioned by going to school, get a good job, come work for me, says the government, and look towards your pension. That is what has been prescribed by the 1%, by the system, and that is what we call accomplishment. Well, may I say to you that that has now gone out the window, because as you and I know, we have never seen an employer on Forbes 500 list. Always people who own businesses. So that should tell us something. And so we are going to go into, the basic today to answer some questions that you may have on your mind, to include, what is cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And as I said today, don't get confused with digital currency issued by the government that will be issued by the government very soon, and cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency is a digital asset, so you can't hold it. It is in a wallet online, just like most of us have our bank account online. We cannot feel it, but we see the figures. It's the same thing. You will see numbers. And so, for example, if you had 1 Bitcoin in your wallet, a Bitcoin today is about 9,400 US. So you will see 9,400 US. And so that would give you equivalent to 1 Bitcoin. So that is how it is read. And so, so cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange within individual coin ownership. And its records are stored in a digital ledger or computerized database using strong cryptography to secure transaction records or entries, to control the creation of a digital, additional digital coins. And so basically put it, cryptocurrency is a digital currency, or we say coin, that has financial value, a stored value, and the main purpose is to use the currency as we use our fiat money today, or we call our paper money, that US dollar, that EC dollar that we use, we call it fiat. And so cryptocurrency is meant to have the equal value. And I will go through countries that have already recognized that. Even Antigua and Barbuda has put things in place. Okay, and blockchain technology is basically it is a decentralized system, distributed ledger that records basically the transaction that are done. And so every time you send digital currency to somebody, it's being recorded, and that is a permanent record that cannot be erased. And the more transaction you do, then all these transactions compiled and form a block. And so once the block is maxed out, that block automatically close, and another block is being built on it. And so as these transactions daily occurred, they form blocks that distributed on millions of computers around the world. And that is why it is called blockchain. And of course, it's algorithm, mathematical problems that have to be solved, and each blocks intertwine with in other words, the new blocks intertwine with the old. So as to verify that the information that now forms a new block, is actually verified and authenticated. So nobody can go in there and change something else. It will be rejected by all the previous blocks. So it's can be a little bit complicated to understand, but you can't understand everything in one day. So that is basically cryptocurrency on blockchain technology. All right. So the question here is what it is now. What is the Abundance Community Coin? When it started and what management structure in place? All right. I think at this time I need to share my screen. I need to bring up the Abundance Coin website. The Abundance Coin is a digital currency, and we are a utility coin, not a security coin. And so there's a difference between utility and security. A security coin is backed by an external asset, but a utility coin must create utility so that people can use the coin. And both on the exchange can appreciate in value. So that is what they have in common at the end of the day, that both of them can appreciate in value on the exchange. Just like stocks and bonds are on the stock market, the cryptocurrency has its exchange. And as I said today, for some of you who were there, that cryptocurrency gave birth in 2009. Nobody knew what it was. And so we will have some stories of people who lost so much money because they did not understand, and they did not take the time to understand either. And so foolishly, they have lost basically billions of dollars, just like that, And so we don't want that to happen to you. At least you have somebody who is taking the time to inform you what is cryptocurrency and what we need to do. And so this is the Abundance Community Coin is a digital asset. This concept of creating the coin was initiated in November last year when a team of progressive thinkers came from around the world. Because in the foundation, people came from all over, and they prepaid for their coins even before we started the coin. They prepaid for their coins, and that is why they got their coins the cheapest. We had the coins at 2 cents. Some people got it for 2 cents because they would have invested. Anyone who would have invested over 5,000 at that time, they get their coins for 2 cents. So people like those have like 265,000 coins right now in their wallet. And so a 5,000 invested in the foundation as pioneers has already accrued to what? $132,000. It is in coin. It will not go into liquid or money until we certify the coin. So I will speak to that as well. Because even though you can make any amount of money, create any amount of money in this period, there is a system of doing it. And so this is the Abundance Coin website. As I said, we started out in November last year, and we have we went public in terms of public sales, offering the coins to our brothers and sisters around the world, especially in areas that hit hard with poverty, because we learned that cryptocurrency can rise a people from nothing to become something. And all that I have lined up for you today. And so make sure when you come to the website, you look at our white paper here, make sure you click on our white paper. It is the abundancecoin.com. Look at our white paper, look at our team, click on the team to see our management structure. I think I know this gentleman here. His name is Steve Williams, aka Mr. Abundance. He's the CEO. And then we have Bishop and Minkini God's Will. He's from Nigeria, our financial officer. Mr. Gabriel Samuel, he's also Nigerian. He is our global youth ambassador. Mr. Meto Kenston and Gang Pangui, he is our financial analyst. He's from Cameroon. We have Madame Ntiban Yura Buhoro Kilimba Maria Clara Helena. She's our brand ambassador coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mr. Francis Taylor, our director of marketing and business development from St. Lucia, from the Bahamas. Then we have Joan Ochu, director of human resources from, and barrister Judith Ahuma Salemi Iho, all from Nigeria, those two. Then we have Dr. David Newton, he originally Antigua, he lives in the States, director of health and corporate and planning. We have Ms. TJ Brooks, our TAC European ambassador. Dr. Isaac Newton, he is our corporate director of strategic partnership, corporate investment, branding, and diplomatic affairs. Ariel Greatness, director of training, implementation, mobilization, and youth affairs. We also have Leandro Hammond, corporate director of social services, philanthropy, and women affairs. Lisica Joy Mbantini, corporate director of events, design, culture, sports, food, security, urban, and rural development. We also have this, Mr. Samuel here was one of our guests today on Observer. Mr. Samuel Adjikum, he's the director of Global Unification, Ancestral Tradition, and Pan-Africa Affairs. So I just want to give you a good taste that this is not a fly-by-night operation. And then we decided to put our regional executive directors and managers here. We have a few people that are still to come. And so, like, we have, just look at the website, you know, the national coordinator for France. We have Anthony, Trinidad and Tobago. We have Mr. Bill Alex from Kenya, his assistant from Kenya, you know, Pastor Owisori from Uganda, Emmanuel Boyson from Ghana, assistant national in Togo here, our national executive engineer Bernard from Burundi, our national executive from Korea, our assistant in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Dominique, Madam Cynthia from the Bahamas, and Panya Bingui, Ki Young from Rwanda, from Burundi, assistant here, Felix Victoria from Zimbabwe, Mistress Nosi, and Kichi Esther from Mozambique, and of course, Mr. Joel Carr, he's from Antigua, our assistant, he was on the program today. We have from France, our assistant, from Lesotho, our national executive coordinator, Mamanto Idi. We also have Pascal, our assistant Rwanda coordinator, Samson Luca, he's from Papua New Guinea. Dr. Bohia Jean Mari, our coordinator out of Gabon. He's the assistant, he's a national executive coordinator for Gabon. Then we have Pendapala Nakatingo. He was on he was on today on Observer from Namibia. Then we have Bishop Alexander Freeman from Liberia. So, oh, and trust me, the list goes on. Our U.S. Representative, our first lady out of you know the UK, and so take some time. I went through this so that you can understand the structure that we have in place, and these are most of these people looks like you and I, and that is why we need to get tagged to everybody. All right, so let me move on to see what's next I have lined up. And make sure you ask your questions, please. I think I went through that very quickly. What is the meaning of the public sale raising the 2.5 to certify the coin? All right. Let me stop share my screen. I think I can stop share my screen. Okay. So, what's the meaning of the public sale? When you are creating a coin, it has to go through several procedures that will allow for certification, and so that is one of them. That is one. That is one of the. Let me just. Somebody's trying to get me. You know, my phone never stopped ringing. That's why I did not give my number today on the air, because I have to deal with all the global executive coordinators, and so and still people still got from the observer today. I'm still receiving calls. I don't know how they get my number, but it's good. It's good. But you know, we have a structure here also in Antigua. We have our executive structure. You know, however, what's the meaning of the public sale? Now, for you to certify the coin into the public space, because registration is one thing. To create a company is one thing. That's the legal part. To have a legal operation where you can put an office here, where you can apply for a financial license to be able to do local transaction. Now that is one thing. The other thing is to certify the coin on the market so that it can be exchanged with all the public coins. So if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can buy the Bitcoin. And so we must have programs, and there's where our social program comes in. We must be solving a problem. You can't just get up and create money like that. You must have a white paper outlining exactly why you want to create this coin. What are the problems that you are solving? And so we have 4 things that we have put there, but there are many others. But for now, we spoke about our Afro Caribbean International Musical, Culture and Trade Festival. That will be held in Africa, where all our Caribbean representatives from every island in the Caribbean and Africa will meet. All right. And we're also exposing TAC. We are giving TAC exposure, because how the value will raise, it's by people buying, using, and exchanging among and trading the coin. That is how it will go in value. And so all these programs that we're doing is to is to expose TAC, is to create utility. So everybody coming into that stadium, and we intend to at least bring 5 to 10 million people within these stadiums. And so if you want to get in, you have to enter by paying in TAC. And so we are creating utility for the TAC so that the demand rise in value very soon and quickly. And so right now we are in the second round of sales. So there are 3 rounds that we have to do to ensure that we certify this coin. And round 1, we started out where the coin was at 25 cents, and everything I'm saying to you now is on the website. We started out March 30th. The coins were at 25 cents. It ended in June 14th of this year. And the 25 ended, and then the coins now at 50 cents in our second round. So that is where we are. And that is why we're encouraging our people to get the coin. Now it is cheap. This round ends the 15th of September, where the coins is at 50 cents. We had an investor right now at present who are basically offering us that 2.5 to certify the coin. Now that puts us like between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we want to raise the money to certify the coin, but we also want to ensure that the foundation is really solid where our people are concerned. And so this is the time for us to basically get in. And so we're holding the coin at 50 cents. And should we decide to accept, you know, we will still hold the price until we reach 75 cents, because the more people get in, when we let go this coin on the market, I mean, it could shoot up in 3-4 days from $1 to $5 to $10 to $20 to $1,000. I mean, I will also show you the projection that we have for TAC. I will show you what Bitcoin did. I will show you our projection where we are seeing TAC. Okay, so it's all about certifying. We must raise the 2.5, and so every money that are now being invested, they are held in an escrow account, and so the money does not come to me. We're very transparent in our business, and so all the monies are held in an escrow account. So nobody can run away with nobody money. And so we can also have a failed coin. A failed coin when you fail to meet the 2.5. In that situation, we have two options. All the monies sent back to the owners, or we can go live publicly and burn all other coins unsold. So those are the two options. But everybody money is safe here. All right, so let's go. Which are the countries that recognize? Okay, so we're going to go through very quick because I want you to also, I'm going to share my screen now. Again, I want you to take some time and take the information down so you yourself can go and do your research. Now in India, what has happened here is that the Central Bank of India put a ban on cryptocurrency in India in 2018. A couple of months ago, the Supreme Court of India lifts that banking ban on crypto exchange and ruled that what the central bank did is unconstitutional. So Indians now can engage in cryptocurrency. Now we go to South Korea. South Korea just recently as well this year passes one of the world's most comprehensive cryptocurrency laws. And so the South Koreans can also buy and hold cryptocurrency. We have we have in Germany, Bitcoin is financial instrument, clarifies by German, crypto custodian. And so what here is that BaFin, which is the regulatory financial security agent in Germany, clarify cryptocurrency as a financial instrument with stored value, just like your fiat money. Okay, and so you can go into these things when you have your time. The French court also says that Bitcoin is money. Now, Bitcoin you will hear most of the time because Bitcoin is the first currency. It's just like the US dollar. And that's where TAC wants to go. That Bitcoin is our competition. So we expect in a couple of years that what you will actually hear is the abundance coin. So that is where we're going. But for now, we must recognize our grandfather. He came out first and has the highest capitalization in the market. And so a court in France recognized that it is actually money. In the US now, because in the Caribbean, we say when America cough or we catch the cold. And so Wyoming in the state passes bill to recognize cryptocurrency as money. And this took effect since March of this year. So the citizens of that state can engage to actually pay their bills. Also in Washington, D.C., lawyers can now accept cryptocurrency. New York has laws that are now softening up to allow cryptocurrency to enter the market. We also have Bank of America is treating Bitcoin, Ether as cash. And so Ether is another cryptocurrency, just like the Abundance Community Coin. Now, we are not yet certified, so we are not publicly trading anywhere. And it is good in a sense because you now can hold as many coins before we go to the market. Because this is where millionaires and billionaires are made. Before the coin goes to market, it is the cheapest. All right. And so you have Bank of America is treating Bitcoin and Ether. And I think I saw is Ether is Ethereum. And there was another one. But I don't see it on this. All right. And we also have Antigua. Antigua crypto regulation bill passes the lower parliament. It says here Antigua and Barbuda take steps toward becoming crypto-friendly destination in the Caribbean region. A lot of us in Antigua, we are not paying attention to what is happening. We heard about the blue economy. This is a part of the blue economy where you now can buy and trade and hold cryptocurrency. And I'm now going to show you what Bitcoin did and what TAC can do, because Bitcoin today, we still don't know the owner of Bitcoin. We still don't know. All we heard of this unknown, unverified name, Satoshi Nakamoto. That's all we know. We don't know if it's a company or it's a name. But look at Bitcoin today. Look at it today. Look at the value, where everybody was calling it fake. So in 2010, had you purchased $15 worth of Bitcoin when the coin was at 0.003, and I want to stress 0.003. Now, a lot of people ran away from their blessings. They never thought that this would have risen to anything of value. A lot of people were introduced. Their mothers and fathers talked them out of it. Wife talked their husband out of it. Husband talked their wife out of it. Look at it today. And may I say, sad to say, even after we have a history, you will still have the same today because of ignorance. Nobody's taking the time to do any research. If you put a job ad, 100 people will apply for it. But if you put an opportunity like this in front, they would all walk away, not knowing what they're walking away from. So I am saying to my brothers and sisters who are listening, I will show you later what carelessness did and what, when you become meaningful, what can also happen to you. So here we have quickly, if you bought $15 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, you would have had 5,000 coins. In 2014, Bitcoin rose to $750. 3 years later, I'm talking. And so that $15 worth that you would have bought, in 3 years, you would have had $3,750,000 US in your pocket with a $15 investment. In 2017, some 6 years later, Bitcoin rose to 20,000 a coin. And because it rose to 20,000, if you had that same 5,000 coin, which you would have bought for $15, it means then you would have had $100 million in your wallet. Now you tell me what business model on earth could have done that with $15? You cannot show me. And so let us not fool ourselves and be ignorant. And anything I am telling to you today, you can go in the internet and put in what was the price of Bitcoin in 2010, 2011, 2012, right up to 2020. Don't take my word for it. Type it in, because everything is on the internet today. You cannot remain ignorant anymore. All right. And so I will not have to go through all this right now, but look at what we're now forecasting for TAC. And we're saying the coin that we're now selling is at 50 cents. But based on our structure, because no other coin has the management structure that we have in TAC. No other coin has our social program. And by the way, one of our social program, one of our mission actually is to settle the debt, the Afro-Caribbean debt. To settle the Afro-Caribbean debt. Read that in the white paper, how we intend to do it. It is very important. And by the way, we are rolling out TAC television and radio very soon. We are now testing both. So this is not a fly-by-night operation, okay? So we're saying we are targeting to go public this year. And so we had person that, let's say, use 500. When we were in the foundation, you had person bought 500 worth, and that's a small number that I am playing with here. But had you bought 500, you would have gotten the coins for at least 11 cents. And that was between November last year, November 4th, to March 30th of this year. You would have gotten 4,500 TAC coins for 500 US. Now, you would have gotten that coin for $11. Now, we're saying the worst case scenario, the coin at $1 2020, it means then your 5,000 already appreciate to 2,000 since the coin now moved to $1. No, sorry, I mean now the coin moved to $1. You now have 4,500. Sorry, 4,500. All because the top moved from 11 cents to $1. Okay. Now in 2021, we're saying by 2021, this coin should be at $5 per coin. So it means that that purchase of $5 will now give you 1.35 million US dollars just in a matter of a year with 500 purchase. And may I say, this is the worst case scenario because our structure is so strong that we expect this number to be doubled or tripled. We also are projecting by 2023, one TAC should be at 5,500 US, which means that 500 you would have invested would have now earned 24,750,000 US. And by 2025, that same investment of 500 would have been 40,500,000 US dollars. Now you tell me which bank you could have been projecting that amount of monies. It has happened with Bitcoin, and what I am telling you is actually very conservative. Okay, now let's go quickly to the youngest Bitcoin millionaire, and then that's my next last item after this, and then we will open the floor for your questions. Let me share my screen again, and I want you to listen to him very carefully. Listen to his story. No, that's the pizza guy. Yes, listen to him.
He is already seeing his dreams pay off. Do people ever call you Smarty Pants? No. Maybe they should. Eric Fitman is the founder of Botangle, an online education program that links students with instructors around the world. A pretty remarkable accomplishment, considering He's only 15 years old.
So you can see all the best teachers. Oh, there I am.
That's even younger than his mentor, Alexis Ohanian, was when he started the online community Reddit, at the ripe old age of 22.
I'm shocked by Eric's success at this age compared to where I was.
Ohanian inspired a generation of smart, tech-savvy teens with his book, Without Their Permission, How the 21st Century Will Be Made, Not Managed. Eric read it, then took a $1,000 check his grandmother had given him at Easter and invested it in the online currency Bitcoin.
I just thought it was just such an amazing tool. It's going to be really big.
You hit the jackpot.
I hit the jackpot.
A jackpot worth $100,000. Eric was hooked. His next venture was inspired by feeling stuck in school in northern Idaho, where he couldn't find enough interesting subjects to satisfy his curious mind.
Choose to register as a student and learn something, or become an expert and teach something.
His solution: give users a place to chat with instructors and learn
Let
about
me
any
stop
subject.
that. No, that's not that's not the video I really wanted. I think this is the one yes. But it's the same Eric Finman here.
I think it's a wonderful time to buy Bitcoin. You can actually buy a
Yes.
fraction of a Bitcoin, so you don't have to go in and buy $10,000+ on a whole coin. But you can actually just buy $100, $50 worth of a Bitcoin. It'd be a great stocking stuffer.
So do you try, Eric, to figure out what it should be worth? Do you have any sense that, holy cow, this thing's up so much, I'm just going to cash it in and sit on my gains here? Or do you think, as we've heard some people say, go to $100,000 or $1 million?
I mean, I think cryptocurrency and thus Bitcoin is really the future of the financial system and the future of currency. So I try to avoid taking as much out as I can. I really don't want to do that. Whenever I sell a little bit of Bitcoin or pay for something in Bitcoin, I multiply that price by 10 because that's where I think that Bitcoin's going. And I think it's going to be huge and I think it's going to be incredible. So I try not to take out any. I try to really avoid that.
So you made this bet with your parents that if you were 18 and a millionaire, they wouldn't force you to go to college, right? Which turned out pretty well.
Yeah,
as it sounds.
yeah.
But what happens if this thing now craters, goes to zero, what the case may be? What is your fallback plan now?
I mean, I'm heavily diversified in other cryptocurrencies. I'm diversified outside of cryptocurrencies, but I really do have a lot betting on Bitcoin because I really do firmly Bitcoin to me, it's not just an investment. It's not just maybe a get-rich-quick scheme, as a lot of people put it, but I see it as the future of currency. I see it as the future of the financial system. So I think that's where it is, and I think the icing on the cake is that it's a great investment. So I think that's what it's really backed by, and that's what I have a lot of faith and belief in.
Eric, it's Evan, and I guess congratulations for making a lot of money for seeing something or investing quite early in the cycle. What if tomorrow every government in the world viewed cryptocurrencies as a threat to actually their own currency and just outlawed them? What asset? If they said to you, Eric, that's fine, but next time we catch you trading your Bitcoin, we're going to put you in jail. Not that I think that is exactly the way it would happen. What value would the cryptocurrency then have in your mind?
So yeah, I mean, this has happened before with there was like Liberty Dollars or Liberty Coins in 2006, and a guy created his own currency, and he was prosecuted for that. But that's why Bitcoin was so amazing, and Bitcoin is so incredible when it came out, and why I saw it as more than just another currency, because people have tried to create their own currencies and they end up getting banned before, is the technology that Bitcoin is built off of. The blockchain technology that Bitcoin is built off of means that it's controlled by no one, you can't shut down anyone, and it can exist even if every government in the world banned it. So obviously, I think the price would go down if every government in the world banned it, which is unrealistic, but I understand just for the situation, and it is a possibility for sure. But I mean, the beauty of the technology is that it can exist purely if every government in the world banned it, and even thrive. As you see in China, they banned a lot of stuff like that, a lot of banned the Bitcoin exchanges and all that, and Bitcoin is still actually being used. in China. And that's what's so beautiful about Bitcoin and the technology itself.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe.
Okay, that was Eric Finman. By the way, Eric Finman is a dropout at the age of 15 because his teacher told him to drop out because he was not educationally inclined. And so he did, but at least he had enough common sense to invest $1,000 that his grandmother gave him into Bitcoin 8 years ago. He took the risk. Today he's a multimillionaire. Here we have another one named Hania Glasgow out of Jacksonville. Now he was the one that did not take time to understand what he had. And through carelessness, through sheer carelessness, he gave away 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 boxes of pizzas. At the time of this interview, those Bitcoin worth $100 million US. At the time when he gave those coins away, they were only worth $40 in 2010. Only $40. But at the time of the interview, they were at 100 million. He did not see ahead like a lot of us today. But listen to his story.
Money makes the world go around, but we could be moving towards a world without cash. From credit cards to Apple Pay and cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, cash is no longer king.
When I say Bitcoin, you say what? Pizza?
This is Laszlo Hanya of Jacksonville, and it was a pizza delivery order 9 years ago that began the cryptocurrency craze.
I just told people I wanted a pizza and I want to pay with Bitcoin. I didn't want a gift card. I didn't want some weird exchange. I wanted to give you Bitcoin and you give me pizza.
The 37-year-old computer programmer created this thread in an online forum and posted that he would pay someone 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas. A user from England took him up on the offer, and these pizzas were delivered to Hanya's home. At the time, the 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $40. Today, they will be worth $100 million.
People ask me, "Oh man, what an idiot! Why don't you keep that Bitcoin?" And it's like, well, you know, somebody had to start it off.
The pizza was purchased at this Papa John's on Atlantic Boulevard. There's even a plaque on the wall with the date May 22nd, 2010, and a proclamation that Jacksonville is the home of the first Bitcoin purchase. Tim Mosbach is the general manager.
That is what carelessness can do. By having the future money and still gave it away because it was new, nobody knew what it is, nobody took it seriously, and can you imagine? I wonder what his children, when they look at this audio, looking back, knowing that they're still in poverty, their father gave away 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 boxes of pizza. Okay, so I think all right, so here we are. Okay, let's oh, by the way, I need to acknowledge our leader here, Madam Diana McDonald. She was with me today on the Observer radio station. She says, welcome. This is the best investment you can make for the future. Welcome to those around the world. Thank you very much. And so please ask your question. There's no foolish questions. Type your questions. And we do this. We're going to do this every Wednesday. So you can always invite people because there is a referral program as well. You can buy the coins and you can refer people. And once they use your link, you also get from 7 to 20% of coins into your wallet. And when we go on the exchange, you will get residual income from first, second, and third level. So it's in your interest to share it to as many people because our mission is to become the alternate financial solution in TAC. And our vision is to address inequality, to open up financial and economic channels from Africa to the diaspora, to settle the Afro-Caribbean debt to China first and to all of their creditors. All right. So that is the mission, vision. Our slogan intact: one tack, one child, one youth, one tack. In other words, every youth should at least have one tack. Our philosophy: together we can, together we will. And our theme is to think big. All right. So welcome. We welcome all who have joined us from Radio Observer today. Thank you very much. Some of you are hearing this for the first time. Don't be overwhelmed. We are here every Wednesday and Sunday. We have 2 sessions on Sundays, and we're going to try. Probably we'll go on the daily Voice of the People. We'll probably have a meeting somewhere. I was telling the leader we might do one at maybe at Perry Bay, the Multipurpose Cultural Center, so that more people can come. You know, we can register people live so they can see how to register and all that stuff. All right. Did I? Yes, you're welcome. All right. Good evening, Genevieve Mills. Good evening. Good evening, Florence. Yes, good evening. Good evening, Ambassador there. Good evening. Simon, good evening. From Papua New Guinea, good morning to the house, and Mr. Abundance. Thank you very much. Omari King Antigua, Omari King Antigua. Thank you very much, Omari. If you have questions, please don't hesitate. Marilia from Antigua. Thank you very much. Sheila, good evening from Antigua. Welcome, Miss Joseph. Okando Batley, I am logged in. Thank you very much. Please ask your question. Joanne Williams, good afternoon. Joanne Williams from Antigua. Thank you very much. Okano Batley. Thank you very much, sir. Wow, I hope he's a man. I'm seeing here. Shanika Adams. I'm Shanika from here in Liberta. You know, that's where, you know, my father's side of the people come from. They came from Bamboo Gutter in that area. My grandmother is like Miss Bridge. A lot of people know. The older folks will know her. So that's where my Williams from, and my Josiah comes from Old Road and Southwell. And we're related to the Baileys and the Batleys. So what a conundrum. That's why I don't look for girls in my country. Oh. Everything is too close. Hi, everyone. Checking in from Antigua. Thank you, sir. Good evening, Nafisa Deme. Cynthia Brown, that's our assistant coordinator in the Bahamas. Good evening. Yes. Crypto is too vast and complicated to understand at once. Don't wait to get a full grasp of it. Get in. Time is fleeting, and that is very important. You're not going to understand everything in one day. Oh my goodness, Mr. Abundance is still learning, because there's so much twist and turn to this industry. So the best thing to do, get your coins now, they're cheap, and you can learn. Go deep. Mavis Equisity, good evening. Hello, I am Aisha from Antigua. Welcome, Aisha. Barbara Lewis. Yes, Barbara, welcome. Please ask your questions. Genevieve Mills from the you're from the yes, I would, yeah, the Mills, yeah. When I saw Genevieve, my mind was yes. That's from the Bahamas. Good evening, Mr. Abundance, my boss, Stephen Fitter from Ghana. Thank you very much. How you guys follow me around like that? You mean I can't hide, no? This is specially designed for persons in Antigua. But you know, when you subscribe to my link, and make sure you subscribe to my link, subscribe to my channel, so you know when I'm live at any time. That's what happens. So that's why everybody follows Mr. Abundance. Just in Russia, legalized crypto today. The state Duma, the legislative arm, passed the bill today allowing Russians to trade and own cryptocurrency. There's where the world is going, my ambassador. Antigua also has passed cryptocurrency laws. How much do you have to invest together? How much do you? You can invest from 50 cents to 250,000 US dollars. That's it. It all depends on how you understand it, because your investment today will determine who you are in a couple of years, because this coin will not be at the price it is. Just like Bitcoin in 2010 was at 0.003. Today is at 9,000. And you know, I don't need to tell you, go on the internet and put in what is the price of Bitcoin in US dollars. Do some research for yourself. Just don't take my word for it. How do I start buying the coins? The person that gave you this link will give you the information. But as it is now, you are asked to deposit the funds into an account at Scotia, and then the Bitcoins will be bought and sent to your wallet, and from there you will buy the TAC coin. So you will use the Bitcoin to buy TAC. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, we're trying to get another system where a person can go on their phone through an app and just buy Bitcoin from a credit card, you see. But for now, that's what it is until we establish how people can, you know, buy the Bitcoin on their own, or Ethereum, or USDT. Those are the three coins that you can use to buy TAP. All right. And I hope that all of you indicate to join a WhatsApp group so we can do training for all the beginners in that group, you know, so you can ask your questions. It is very important because you're not going to get everything, you know, in one session. If you invest 1,000 EC, how much coins will you get? 1,000 EC is about 370 US, and then sometimes the charges, sometimes Bitcoin, you could pay $1 something, $3-4 to do the transaction. So whatever US, you just multiply by 2, you know. So if it is 300 US, you know, you get 600 you know, coins, you know, whatever. 500 US give you 1,000 coin. It's by 50 cents, whatever it is, you know. It's 50 cents US a coin. I'm very much interested. Thank you very much. Brent Harris. Brent, is this Brent from Old Road? You know, one of my villagers said to me this week, Mr. Abundance, when I realized it is you promoting it, I said, wow, I don't even have to think twice. And that is when you have integrity. You know, when you can go back into your village and promote these type of program to your people, and when they look and they see who it is, and they say, you know what, we don't even have to think twice. It is remarkable, because I know I have been to places where people cannot speak because they have no integrity. So it's very good when you can go in your country where everybody knows you and speak because they know who you are. Very important. Good evening. And so, Brent, everybody who is here, please, I think you came to the program today, or somebody would have invited you. Go back to that person, because as you join and you invite people, you will share their link to them. so that you can get your coins as well. All right. So that's how it works. Once they buy coins, you will also get coins into your wallet. So you can either invest with your money or share your link, and when they sign up, you will get coins as they buy, and we will teach you guys how to do it. There's a video, there are texts. You know, this setup is huge. A lot of you are now hearing about this thing, but Mr. Abundance was grinding the wheel since November of last year. So when people in COVID-19 lockdown don't have nothing to do, Mr. Abundance was hiring people. I think I spent between November last year to March of this year over nearly $100,000 just to get all this thing put together. You see, so there was a lot that was going on. To all the person who are interested, please send me a WhatsApp and I will send you the link to join us. All right. I think that is the group link so that you can be placed in a WhatsApp group so that you can learn more and you can invite people as well, because this is not an overnight thing. You're not going to learn everything. To some of you, this might be very confusing today. You're listening for the first time. Good evening, Kevin Doe from Antigua. Kevin Doe, welcome. Especially those who have spoken today. Okay, so that's Diana. Diana was the one who was on the radio today, and she's saying anyone who wants to join the WhatsApp group, you want to do your investment, you contact her or the young man also, Joel Carr. Both of them are working there. Diana is a senior executive director for Antigua, assisted by Joel Carr. All right. And they're now putting an executive together. So if you notice on the website, we have executive for a lot of areas, just like a government, because what we intend to do, we intend to have charitable organization, because cryptocurrency can do a lot. I can tell you, may I say to my fellow brothers in Antigua and Barbuda, if in 2 to 3 years and every house in Antigua do not produce a millionaire in this industry, you need to be ashamed of yourself. And I can say it without reservation. You have an opportunity now to make a difference. A young man I showed you at the age of 15, at age of 12, I dropped out at the age of 15, and that was it. Is the people still calling? I don't know where they get my number, but it is good. So we are talking about a dropout 8 years ago had enough common sense. There was no technical sense with Eric Finman because he don't even have high school diploma, but he had enough common sense 8 years ago. This is 2020. Hello?
Hello, good night. Steve.
Who am I speaking with?
No, is this Steve?
Yes, it is.
What's
Okay, sorry. I am actually in a live broadcast now, so I will have to call you back. I'm doing a live training. Thank you. Yes, especially those who have spoken. Okay, so that's a good message. People are calling. I don't know how they get my number. If you notice, I didn't give my number out today because I am dealing. My hands are full already. Dealing with the global expansion, because I have to appoint every leader in every country, every executive, every regional executive, and so as they grow, there's a lot that I need to do. Florence and Dong, good evening again to you. Have a tutorial video how to invest in the cryptocurrency. Yes, we do have that. We do have that video. And of course, as I said, give your information so we can add you to the group. Okay, I'm looking forward to the registration process. Do you have a venue, date, and time? No, you don't need to have. We don't need to have a venue to register. We can do all that online. We have everything set. We don't need to go anywhere. Just ensure that you indicate you want to invest, text back the person that gave you this link, and we will do the registration for you. It's very easy. I mean, the registration is the easiest part. Excuse me. I'm excited to be a part of this. It's like Black Wall Street is being resurrected. I like that. It goes back to Marcus Garvey's dream, no? So may I say to all of us here, there is a better way. A lot of us are working 8 to 5 and 9 to 6 and 10 to 10. There is a better way, but we have to unite ourselves. There is a better way. The elites will not tell you what I am telling you, but we can create as much money as we can conceive, but we have to be meaningful specifics. We have to bury ignorance, we have to bury greed, we have to bury selfishness. You cannot become a millionaire by yourself. You have to bring people with you. And so as more people you introduce to TAC, to hold the coins, you are making, you are becoming a millionaire in the process. You can't do it by yourself. All right. So I just want to thank you for that, my dear sister. What is the project? What is the projected price? Let's say in 3 years. You know, I did mention that just now, but apparently you weren't here. But there's a chart. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find the chart. There is a chart. TAC chart. Let me see if it's this, and I will share that to you. Let me see if this is the chart. Okay, yes, this is the chart. So let me just share the screen for the last time, since somebody asked about what is the projection, and this is why we're projecting. Okay, screen. Okay, so this is the projected part here, right? So we're saying in 2019, in a couple weeks or a couple months, the coin should be at $1. We're in 2020. The coin should be at $1. So if you buy 100 coins today, that's $50. In a couple of weeks, that money should be $100. Equally, we are saying by 2021, the coin should be at 500 US per coin. All right. In 2023, it should be at 5,500. And because we're saying, because of our structure that we have in place, and everybody takes responsibility. A matter of fact, there is a plan that we have that if you bring 10 person in TAC, investing at least a minimum of 10 US in 20 days, if all of us do that, by November of this year, TAC would have 10 million people. Simple. If all of us understand the power of that, it means that by November, TAC could be at 5,500 this year. If I'm repeating myself, if all of us today decided, you know what, how do I get TAC to be at 5,000 before this year ends? All of us, each person, recruit 10, at least a minimum of 10 US, and everybody that you recruit, do the same like you. Every 20 days we turn over 10 people. That's it. Very simple. All right, and we're saying by 2025, TAC should be at 9,000. So whatever coin you have, then you can always, multiply it. All right. So, so that is the 3 to 4 years plan there. Pat Luke, yes. Good evening. The Stephanie Joseph, Stephanie Jose. Okay. Can you buy a house with TAC coin? I like that. At this time, TAC is not public. We are still not publicly trading. We are in the public, but we are raising the funds to certify the coin. So it's not money yet. It's still coins in your wallet, even though it had appreciated value. It's turned to money when we hit the market. And so when it hit the market, then you'll be able to cash out, to buy Bitcoin, because sometimes, you know, right now, Bitcoin is more readily accessible around the world. And a lot of banks, like Bank of America, is now accepting Bitcoin and Ether. So at the end of the day, we want to push TAC. So when people talks about coin in the future, it should be TAC, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple. But TAC must be the first coin that comes out of their mouth, because we're hoping, especially the European Union and the African Union, to take hold of TAC very soon. That is why we are hitting the places that needed TAC the most. And so as it is now, we have not certified the coin. When the coin is certified, then there's a lot that you can do. It's like money now. Has Antiguan banking system started accepting cryptocurrency? No, they have already set the law in place. And I did, and maybe you just arrived, my dear sister, but let me just to just show you this, and you can go online and look it up. Antigua is at the forefront. This is Antigua here. Antigua's crypto regulation bill passes the lower parliament. It says the Antigua and Barbuda take steps towards becoming a crypto-friendly destination in the Caribbean. All right. And it says that Antigua and Barbuda House of Representatives passed the currency bill, regulation bill on May 27. With this bill, they have taken steps towards becoming digital asset friendly destination. So you look it up, type it in, Antigua Crypto Regulation Bill, and you should be able to read. I am telling my brothers and sisters, you cannot afford to remain ignorant in this era where so much information. Let nobody fool you. There is no scarcity of money in this world. One company in New York is packing 200,000 US a minute. 200,000. Over 17 billion within 24 hours. There's no scarcity of money. It was designed for us. Artificial scarcity, lack, poverty, diseases, and then death. That was designed for us. And according to Dr. Lee, a former Harvard professor, we have self-contained ourselves through ignorance, through greed, and through selfishness. And so we got where we are today because when we started this coin, you have our brothers and sisters that came from across continent. Some came from Latin America, the Caribbean, Asia, North America, Africa, India. They came from all over. And we pooled our resources together. But we had to bury selfishness, we had to bury greed, and we had to get rid of ignorance from among us. That is why we are where we are today. If not, I wouldn't be here talking. So that's the foundation that we're now building on as we invite our brothers and sisters from around the globe. Keith, welcome. Okay, so I think I've come to the end. Villa area. All right, Mr. Keith. R. and Thanase. And so I want to thank each and every one of you who took the time out to be at this broadcast. Please indicate to the person who invited you If you want to be a part of this investment, if you want to be a part of our WhatsApp group so that you can understand what is happening, now that the Abundance Community coin is at 50 cents, I mean, you cannot buy a Bitcoin today. A Bitcoin today is 9,000. A lot of you, maybe some of you can, but most of us cannot. And not only that, Bitcoin created a 1%. So money goes back to money. Bitcoin is at 9,000. It has not affected our lives. It has not changed our situation in Antigua. We had 1 billionaire here in the name of Calvinia. And may I say to a lot of us here today, you know, let me show you what Calvin Klein would have needed to invest to make his billions. And I did say it on the radio today. Now, I want you to understand this because it's very simple. Now, I said today, all what Calvin Ear, not Klein, Calvin Ear had to invest was $500 in 2010. He would have received 166,666 coins. It meant then, today, if he had those coins, Calvin Klein is 1.566 billion in asset. Now, knowing them, I believe he would have invested at least probably 5,000 US. But give and take, let's say he invested $1,000 in 2010. Look at how much he would have had in 2014. Matter of fact, he would have received 333,333 coins with that US 1,000 when the coin was at 0.003. So that's where we're taking it from. So had Calvinia bought Bitcoin in 2010 with $1,000, by 2014 he would have had 249,999,750. By 2017, when Bitcoin rose to 20,000 a coin, he would have had $6,666,660, all because of $1,000 investment. Don't take my word for it. Again, go on the website, go on the internet. And so Bitcoin dropped in 2018 to about 5,957. So his worth also would have dropped from 6 billion to 1.9 billion. See, that is how the market goes. Just like the stock market, you can gain and you can lose. Today, that $1,000 would have sit him at $3,133,330,200. So what I am saying to you, my dear brothers, what investment could you have invested 10 years ago using $1,000 US and today have $3 billion US? $3 billion US. How much EC is that? It's nearly 10 billion EC dollars. We're talking about $1,000 invested in an unknown coin, because nobody knew this coin when it came out. Nobody knew about it. But that is all you would have had to do in 2010. And then you walk around Antigua with 10 billion EC dollars. Everybody becomes your friend. You are respected when you have money. When you show up to a crisis and you don't have money, you may as well sit down. I am saying to my people, you have an opportunity now to rewrite history. That's it. You have been given an opportunity. By the way, I am not here to convince anyone. I am only here to give you information, because whether you enter the Abundance Community coin or cryptocurrency, it doesn't care. Cryptocurrency doesn't care who enters. Who enters enjoy the fruit of their labor, and their children shall bless them. Who do not, they will work for those who do. And so choose today what you want to do. That's all. It's a choice I am giving people because cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. It's already created Calvinia in Antigua. That is why government can look at him and make him an envoy in Antigua because of his money. And all these bills that they're passing in Parliament is for him. But you now can come in and make a difference. All right, so let us wind down. Lord is Stephanie Joseph, but okay, let's say I have 100 coins, and over the years, my 100 coins are worth probably 50,000. How do I achieve it? How do I get my 50,000 in my hand? Just like today, I have Bitcoins, but I cannot spend retrieve them in Antigua. But I send my coins to UK because, as I said, no, I have a global team, and so the UK has laws to allow their citizens to cash out cryptocurrency. In Africa, a lot of the countries also allow their citizens to cash out cryptocurrency. And so when I want money from my Bitcoin, I will send them to the UK and they will deposit into their bank, or the bank hold the coins. That is how progressive the laws are. And that is where Antigua is going. So for now, Antigua has not yet begin to do it, but I just show you the bill that they're now putting in place to facilitate that. But you can't wait for them, because by the time you wait for them to buy your coins, it might be out of your reach. Okay? Listening, Alston Govaya. I've worked with some Govayas already. A nurse, I think I heard Chiova Observer say she caught the COVID-19. Yes, Govaya, Nurse Govaya. Yeah, we worked together at Jolly Beach. She was a nurse, I was a restaurant manager. I worked with another Govaya when I was at Sandals. Maria. To answer your question, Stephanie, money are moved from digital wallet to purchase goods and services, and can also move to your bank account as well. That is correct. And you can use it to, in other words, a lot of people now are using Bitcoin to buy property. So you don't need to cash out, because that's where we're going. Fiat money, the paper money that we know, will soon be null and void. There's a lot of places right now you can't even spend fiat money. You can't, if you don't have a card, you're no welcome. A debit card, cashless money. So we have to get out of that mindset that money is evolving. A couple centuries ago, where was money? What they had was bartering. You raise your cattle, I go fishing, I have my vegetables, I make a shoe, I make a dress, and that is how they barter. And then we had we have to organize ourselves. You know, it's not working, and so they begin to organize. Okay, let us put a price on this, and everybody can use this as a shared value. And so Shell and Salt and so were known to be that commodity that everybody can now hold as, you know, as a value to trade. Then you go to metal, gold and silver and bronze, you know, and then that too has its own problem. And then it went to fiat money. Now electronic money, paper money, I mean plastic money. Now we're at fiat. So that's where we're going. All right. So I just want to thank everybody. Maria is my daughter. Ha! Really? All right. Yes, I used to work at Sanders in 2005, 2004, 2005. Yes. I've been around. Good night. I'm interested. Get back to the person that invited you. 2008 uphill with TAC. That's Blair James. Blair is a heavy investor, and his wife, heavy investors. A matter of fact, he's from my village. He's from my village. And so these are people that can testify who Mr. Abundance is. You know, you can't run from your past, huh? And so they are here to testify. They're in there. They have invested heavy. I am ready to join. Please get back to the person who invited you. All right, please do that. because I'm going to bring this broadcast now to a close, and I want to thank all of you. Marilyn Thomas, good night to all. Tune in to learn more. All right, and so this recording that you're watching, it's being recorded as I speak. So once I'm finished, you will have the recording. You can send to anyone. You can send to anyone and they will see it. All right. So I just want to thank all of you here. And what you become 3, 5, 10 years from now will be the decision that you make today. You have been presented with an opportunity that you were not even looking for, but the divine always have a way to open a window of escape, because post-COVID-19 is not going to be pretty. A lot of jobs that you have now and pre-COVID-19 will not exist. When you hear a company like JCPenney, after 118 years, is closing their doors. When you hear Nissan in America and around the world is shutting down. When you hear, reducing massively, all these airlines around the world taking out an entire fleet, it's not going to be pretty. But the good thing about it, you can use cryptocurrency to insulate and isolate yourself from the next pandemic. So it's an opportunity for you. We cannot be foolish anymore. We cannot be foolish, okay? And so I want to thank you, and thank you again, our leader here in Antigua, leading our operation in Antigua and Barbuda, Madam Diana McDonald. It's always a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you today, and our assistant Joel Carr, and also Mr. Pendapala from Namibia, who also was on the call, and Mr. Samuel, our director of unification ancestral. And please, I want all of you to go to our website. If you do nothing, please go to our website so that you can see who we are. Go and look up and see the team. Make sure you read the white paper which is here, so that you can get a sense of what is happening. Please don't be left behind. We have 54 more days before the second round. This is what this is for. And it's telling you that the coins are now at 50 cents. Once this clock counts down to 0, the coins now turn to 75 cents. And so there are videos of how to make a deposit, how to share your link. Your link is right. Your referral link is right here. When you click that, you will go to your referral link, and it will show you how many active members you have here, how many members, how many people join, how many active. If you want to copy the link, you copy, or you can share it to your friends. A matter of fact, you don't even have to wait before you invest to share your link. You can share your link from day one. All right. So please don't be left behind. I want to thank you very much. I think I've exhausted my time. I am actually over time. Can I join with you, Austin Gogai? I wonder. Thank you for having me. Really interesting. Thank you very much. You can join to a link the person who spoke to get back to them. All right. So get back to the person. I think Madam Diana, you might need to just put your link here now. Put your number, that people can get back to you if they maybe came in by somebody. Just drop your telephone here so that they can we can bring them into the group. Once again, all right. Yeah, because we have to take everybody with us. We can't leave anybody behind, and that is why, as I said, 250 million, 2.5 million have been basically offered to Mr. Abundance to certify the coin. But Mr. Abundance is more interested in spreading and expanding the community, raising the money that way, or we hold the money as a security, but we must expand the community so that when we lose this coin into the market, it shoots up with everybody. Everybody becomes a part of it. Okay. Please, Diana. Thank you, Mr. Abundance from the Philippines. Oh, thank you very much, Philippines. Last week we have somebody from India. All right. So again, Sunday we'll be here at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Saturday Eastern time. We will thank you for the information and pleasant rest. That's correct. We'll be here. Okay, this is Diana number. Please take the number. We'll be here on Sunday at 2 and at 5 p.m. twice. And Wednesday will be at 6. All right. And make sure to be a part of our forum so that you can get help on a daily basis. All right. So it's 1268-725-5029. Make sure you get that number. Just write it down. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you very much. And I hope I was simple enough. Because I don't want to take, as many of us have done in the past, take a simple presentation and compound it with complexities and difficulties. No, we leaders are supposed to take complex things and make them simple. So I hope that I live up to that type of leadership, to be able to take difficult things and break them down so the common man can understand. That's what good leaders does. All right. So I just want to thank you again. Good evening. This is Mr.